everybody. Happy spring. It's my very favorite season of the year. This is my son Jesse. A lot of you might know him. He's a 6th grader at the new school this year. What's your favorite season, Jesse?
Spring.
Spring too. How come?
I don't know. It's just the nicest weather. Summer's too hot.
Yep.
Winter's too cold.
Yep. And one really beautiful thing about spring right now is a lot of flowers are blooming, and people like to talk about tulips and daffodils, but a lot of people don't talk about dandelions. They might just think, oh, that's a weed, but I love dandelions. And one of my favorite things to do is something I'm going to show you today, and that is how to make a dandelion necklace. So Jesse and I just went and picked these dandelions right outside. How many did we pick, Jesse?
Like 10.
I think, let me see. Yeah, we have 10 or 12 dandelions in here, and that should be enough to make a long enough necklace. There are a few things you need to look for when you're picking dandelions for your necklace. And the first thing is you have to make sure that the stem is really long. If you have really short stems, it's hard to make the necklace. And also, you want to find dandelions that have a pretty thick stem. If they have a really skinny stem, it's also harder to make the necklace. So go ahead and pick maybe 10 or 12 or 15 dandelions with a long stem, and you want to get them when they have the yellow flower on the top. When the yellow part turns into seeds, then it's really fun to blow them. But that part doesn't work as well for a necklace. So get them when they're yellow, and you'll start with your first dandelion. You pick one dandelion, and you want to make a hole in the stem of the dandelion. You don't want to make it at the very bottom, but close to the bottom. And there are a couple of ways you can make the hole. A lot of times I just use my fingernails, so that works. Just cut a tiny little hole. I also have this little tiny pair of sewing scissors, so if you have a little tiny pair of scissors, you can use those too. So I just made a small hole in the stem. I don't know if you can see it, but in the bottom of the stem. And now I'll take my second dandelion and I will put it through the hole of the first dandelion. And then once it's through, just pull it until the flower connects like that. So now my second dandelion needs a hole. I just used my fingernail, made a little hole, and put my third dandelion through the hole. Jesse, do you want to try to put a hole in one?
Sure.
Okay, because my fingernails are a little bit longer than Jesse's, but we'll see if he can make one with short fingernails. Sometimes you have to kind of push that stem through the hole. All right, got 3. Now I want to take one of the dandelions that has a really thick stem, maybe this is the thickest, and save it for the very last one, because your last dandelion needs to have a very thick stem, because that hole would need to be a little bit bigger. I'm going to use these little scissors on this one. Did you get it with your short? Oh, did you rip one?
Yeah, it's too big.
Sometimes they rip, and that's okay. You can just start with another one. You can usually find a lot of dandelions this time of year. Okay, it's starting to get pretty long. It has to be long enough to fit over a person's head. Let's test. I need a few more dandelions for this one. Were you able to make one with your fingernails, or did you use the scissors?
I used the scissors.
Okay. All right. I think I'm getting close. I might only need 1 or 2 more flowers. Let's see.
Yeah, it's over.
Yep, I think we're just about there, Jesse. Okay, now for the last dandelion, I need the one with the thick stem that I saved for the end, because on the last one, you need to make the hole big enough that it can fit over the flower on your first dandelion that you started with. So I'm going to use these little scissors, but you can use your fingernail too. And I'm going to make kind of a longer hole on the bottom of the stem. Let's see if you can see that. So I made a pretty big hole on that one, and so I'm going to take my very first flower and I'm going to carefully put it through the hole, the top of the flower, through the hole. All right, and I think this is going to be it. We'll be able to fit it, hopefully, onto Jesse. I've been making Jesse and his brother dandelion necklaces since they were little babies. It's a really fun thing to do in the summer. Spring. Okay, ready? Nice. We made one before too, so we can each have a dandelion necklace. Well, I hope you're able to go out and pick some dandelion necklaces for yourself. All right. Bye-bye. Thanks.